Friends, I'm back to kind of not necessarily wrap up my weight loss series, but to share with you a lot more than I've been sharing. I kind of originally thought maybe I'd share as many as 30 videos, but yeah, I don't want to prolong this. I want to share what's working for me. Here again, this is just what's working for me. Not claiming to be a fitness guru for everyone who's done a ton of research into what works for many people. I'm just telling you what's working for me. I did have another successful week of weight loss. I've lost another 3.2 pounds. Now, in the past, I would have been disappointed by that. I'm one of those guys that in the past would be disappointed if I wasn't losing a pound a day, 7 or 8 pounds a week. I'm starting. One of the big things I've changed this time is I'm just taking my time with it. I'm letting it be. I'm letting it happen. I'm not putting pressure on myself. But so what I've got today is sort of a mixed bag of just things. Here again, this is what this is. This is advice I would love to have given myself 30 years ago to go along with the other advice that I've already shared so far. And so it's just kind of a hodgepodge. It's just throwing a lot of different things together. But I'm going to go ahead and start with first off this one: is breakfast really necessary? It's just a question. And one thing I think you will find out if you go do any research, look it up a little bit, is you'll find out that it's kind of controversial. There's reasons why breakfast probably is a good thing to do, and there's reasons why it might not be. And I'm sure the breakfast industry, the people that sell breakfast cereals and all kinds of different foods for breakfast, are going to tell you it's the big time wrong thing to do because there's money at stake. I'm going to tell you right now that I'm eating breakfast maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And most of the time I'll wait to eat until about 10:15, 10:30, and I might eat a snack or something. And then just something very light, some almonds or, maybe it's even a slice of Dave's bread or something like that. Maybe even with some peanut butter on it or a banana or an apple or something I've got laying around, a peach. And that's kind of what I eat. That's sort of like a mid-morning snack. And I'm finding out that the less I eat breakfast, the more weight I lose. I think I'm just really, at this point in my life, I'm just getting away from what the party line is on how you eat, and I'm just waiting for my body to tell me whether I'm hungry or not. Just here to tell you, I'm probably eating 1 out of 3 days a week. I might eat breakfast. If I wake up and feel like I'm so hungry I could eat the butt end out of a rhino, then I will go fix me some egg whites and typically some sort of vegetable. One of my favorite meals is egg whites and asparagus. And fry the asparagus a little bit in olive oil and just some egg whites with some pepper powder, some salt in there, maybe one piece of bread. Just something that gets the hungry out of me. If I've had just a long night then I wake up and I'm very hungry, I'll do that. Is it good to graze all day long? I've had people tell me this for 30 years now. Oh, you look at the people that lose weight, they're the ones that just graze all day long. Graze. But that's the word people use. And they're talking about people that just munch all day long on something. You see them here and they're eating that and reading, and they're little skinny people. And some people have got metabolisms can do that. I'm here to tell you, I can't do it. I do not graze all day long. No, I might eat a snack. I might eat a reasonable lunch, very reasonable lunch, reasonable snack a little later on the day, like 2:30, 3 o'clock. Eat a dinner, again, very reasonable. The key here is reasonable. I'm not letting myself go crazy, eating big old portions and then going back for seconds and thirds. And that's always been my pattern in the past. So now it's controlled amounts of food that I eat. I don't graze all day, and I'm telling you, it's working for me. Maybe, if you're the kind of person that's very heavy and overweight and you think you're going to emulate somebody else and change your metabolism that way, you've probably got a messed up metabolism anyway. I mean, we do when we get to a point where we've gained a whole lot of weight. I don't think that breaking it down into 7 or 8 little meals a day is going to make that big a difference. I'm not one of those people that thinks that it's time of the day that you eat. It's just the amount that you eat and the amount that you move. One of my good friends, a subscriber, asked me last week, is there a time that I just don't eat? Do I set a time for myself that I don't eat after that time? No, I don't. I will say that this, though, I know when I've had enough, and then I tell myself don't eat anymore. So I don't say it's 6:30 or 7:30 or 8 p.m. It might be 10 p.m. at night, but I know when I've had enough calories, and I just say to myself, okay, Tony, you've had enough today. You just don't need to eat anymore. And then I don't eat any more after that. And if I do, it's just something very, very light. Make sure all your efforts with your diet or your exercise or your healthy lifestyle plan, make sure all your efforts are healthy. Don't starve yourself. Don't overdo exercise. If you see me looking over here, I got my notes on the screen. Don't overdo exercise. Try to balance all aspects of your life as much as possible. And if you do that, it will be painless. What I'm looking for this time, if there's a motto or there's a credo or something that I'm trying to follow here at this time in my weight loss, is try to make it as painless as possible. Don't be so freaking hard on myself. I've always been hard on myself. And this time I'm seeing very slow, measured success. And it's coming at not so much the expense of my body and how I feel and my mood and all that. I'm just chilling and letting the weight come off just by eating reasonably and moving. One thing I want to say about eating though, I think variety is big time important in the diet. So I've got written down here some notes that say don't fall into a rut and think you can only eat a very narrow selection of food to lose weight. You know what I'm talking about. You decide you're just going to eat salads and beans and rice and you're just going to eat. Yeah, I'm just going to eat chicken maybe once a week, or I'll just eat fish, chicken and fish. And don't get into that. Eat really just about anything. Just eat small portions of it, much smaller portions than you have, but have variety. And I would say this, as much as you can lean toward vegetables and fruits and things like that, more vegetables than anything. The more I eat vegetables, and I'm not a vegetarian, I'm not a vegan, but the more I eat vegetables, the better I feel and the better my health has been. And boy, it would be fun to share with you some of my biometrics that they did for me at work. It's pretty amazing. I may throw that in here just in a minute. I may do a screen capture and show you because it was really cool the other day. I went in for my wellness check. I didn't realize it had been exactly 1 year. I didn't design that way or anything. I walked in. It was like the 14th of August or something. And I went in and they said, you came in exactly on the 14th last year. Let's look at how this has changed. You know what? I might pop it up just right quick anyway and read it to you. So the lady Stephanie and Aubrey are the two people at my office. You might have seen them in some of my videos. I think maybe I got Stephanie's Morky or something. I did a video. Anyway, here on 8/14 of 2019, my total cholesterol was 152. That was in 1 year ago. So my total cholesterol this time was below 100. So. And she said once it gets below 100, their stuff doesn't even count it. So she really didn't know what my total cholesterol was, but it was below 100. So I lost at least 52 points off my total cholesterol. My LDL, which is that's the bad cholesterol, right? In 2019 was 99, and the LDL was not even measurable this time out. My HDL, which is the good cholesterol, which I try to keep up. You try to keep it up, but I historically don't do well with that. But it was 41. It needed to be higher than that. But that was in 2019. It was down to 30. Now, that's bad. I'm supposed to have the good cholesterol, and I thought that eating almonds a lot would help with that. And I'm sure it does because it has some of the best cholesterol in it. But still, historically, my body does not keep that good cholesterol in it. Triglycerides in 2019 on August 14th, my triglycerides were 220. This time 112. 220 to 112. Awesome. My blood glucose had fallen from 166 to 122. 122. And now, and here again, my A1C, which was done in another test earlier, I had fallen from 9.6 to 7.2. I think 7.2 or 7.1. I have to go back and look at it. But anyway, so that's what's changed in a year. But really since November of last year, that's when I really started trying to do right. And I've lost 62, 63 pounds now and still going. So that's some good things about the way that I'm eating. So I'm here to tell you this stuff is effective. I'm not blowing smoke up anybody's butt. I got no agenda. I don't want to make money off anybody. I'm just telling you what works. You can listen to all kinds of, there's been 10,000 different diet and exercise programs, and it's basically people wanting to take your money. It's all about eating less, eating the right kinds of things too. Less, but the right kinds of things. And then taking less calories will say you don't have to eat less. You can eat a whole lot. Just eat the right kinds of things that are low calorie, high fiber, high vitamin foods that are not empty calories. And then move more. More than anything, just don't let yourself go into crazy overeating frenzies. So eat a variety of stuff. Just don't let yourself go into a crazy frenzy of eating. Try your best to avoid that if you can. And here's something about, I've changed my attitude about all the moving around I do. And I said this in some previous videos, but nowadays, here's the thing. I do a lot of stuff that I think is a drag because I got a big yard and I got a house that has upkeep and a crazy dog that wants to walk at all hours of the night. I was letting that change my attitude, get a bad attitude about it. But now, since I started the healthy eating thing, I've tried to change my attitude. So here's my advice. Let any backbreaking, mundane task become a positive experience to get some exercise. Change your attitude about any activity that causes you to move and burn calories. Hey, even if it's something you don't want to do, it's still an opportunity to lose some weight. One bit of advice though, just try to do these things when you can be most comfortable. Don't go out and trim all your bushes and everything in the heat of the day. I always wait till the end of the day. I always try to wait when I can be most comfortable doing it. I don't back down from the activity, but I don't want to give myself a stroke or overheat or anything either. So I try to be sensible about when I do these things. Whatever you do, it should be healthy and productive, but not torturous. So that's what I'm saying. Don't go out and kill yourself doing yard work or, try to be careful. Try to make yourself comfortable when you do it, but get out and do it, and don't see it as a drag anymore. Try to see any activity that expends energy as an opportunity to drop an ounce or two, and that's my best advice there. Let's talk about rest. Get rest whenever you can, as often as you can. Again, sleep is your friend. It keeps your body balanced and willing to expend more energy when needed. The more rested up you are, the more you'll probably go out and burn some calories later. You also do burn calories when you're sleeping. Don't forget that. Man, that's the easiest calories you'll ever burn, the calories when you sleep. So it's always kind of cool. I always weigh myself in the morning after I've slept it off. I know some of it is being dehydrated, but some of it's just the calories you burn during your night of sleep. I find this helpful. Keep a video or photo record of your progress. I'm not saying every single day. Remember how you felt when you were heavier or less fit. It's great motivation to keep you going in the right direction and reaffirm why you are committed to your new healthy lifestyle. I like shooting videos of myself and photos and having to look back on and say, okay, you're doing right then. Look how you looked when you weighed this amount. You can be back there again. You can get there. This time, this is the pathway we're going to take, and this is what the result will be. It keeps you somewhat motivated. Don't let screen time, I'm talking about the computer, mostly television, but don't let screen time lead you down a dark path. Don't binge watch British baking shows or the Food Network, etc. Have you noticed how most of these cooking experts, they're like bone thin? And you got these people that's showing you how to cook, and it makes this tantalizing looking stuff, I don't think they ever even eat the food that they cook. They're just so freaking skinny. Don't let people like that entice you into eating more when they don't even have a problem themselves, but they can lead you down that path too. It kind of gets on my nerves seeing that kind of thing. Here's another thing. Don't sit and eat food while you watch TV. It's better, to me it is, to surf your social media on your cell phone or pet your dog or knit a sweater or whatever. If the show you're watching doesn't keep you riveted enough to keep you away from snacking, then it might not be worthy of your time. It certainly isn't worth sacrificing your health. Okay, here's a very important one. It's okay to fall off the wagon. Once in a while, if you do go into one of these crazy binges or you overeat or you eat the wrong kind of thing, just don't get disheartened. Get back on that wagon again. That's so, so important. I will say to this, today, Nikki made some awesome soup. And it's very healthy soup. And so I ate a big old bowl of it, and it's creamier and way better than what I've been fixing for myself. So I ate it, a big old bowl of it. And within 15 minutes, I said, man, I could eat another bowl of that. Now, I knew I shouldn't, but I went ahead and did it anyway. I got me another big bowl of it, so Rather than eating probably 600 or 700 calories, I probably ended up eating 1,200, 1,400 calories. But the one thing I did, I got right back on the wagon. I just decided after eating that second bowl of soup, I'm not eating anything else tonight. Maybe I eat an apple, something like that, or a banana or something later. But I just jumped right back on the wagon. I ate my lunch and my dinner in one setting. No big deal. Don't get disheartened by it. Don't think you've screwed up and you've gone off, like the 12-step program or anything like that. Just turn around and start going in the right direction again. Now, here's something. Every time I see it, and it comes up at least a couple times a year, 2 or 3 times, maybe on my doctor's report when I go to my doctor, is you'll see something and you'll see that you're classified as morbidly obese. Okay, so you can see me. You can see I'm fat and I'm a heavy guy right now. But do I look morbidly obese? According to an outdated chart that was developed back in maybe the early 1900s, I am morbidly obese. And so then would be most of the NFL, a lot of the NBA. I mean, here's the thing. Don't let an outdated chart that should have been abolished 50 years ago ever convince you that you're morbidly obese. It drives me nuts to think that here's the thing. If I got down to my really ideal weight, I'd be about 240. So I'm 50-some pounds away from that now. And I promise you I look like just the most regular, normal guy in the world, but I still would be considered close to morbidly obese because I'm 6'2", 240, and I think those old charts that people still follow. Insurance companies still use them, doctors still use them, whatever. You'll see that, someone 6'2", and 240 pounds is showing up as like tremendously obese. And I promise you I would be able to, play linebacker again in college. Here's my last bit of advice I'm going to share for today. And it's don't think that very small changes in your lifestyle and eating strategies, don't think that very small changes in your lifestyle and eating strategies won't make a big difference over time. Just don't get in a hurry. Little changes, tiny, minute, minuscule changes over time will make the difference. And just committing to those small changes. And it's funny how those small changes build. Instead of putting 2 pieces of cheese on my sandwich tonight, I'm just going to put 1. Instead of putting half the pack of ham on my sandwich, I'm going to put maybe 1/4 of the pack of ham on there. Instead of absolutely taking my salad and covering it with my dressing, I'm just going to use about 2 little squirts or 3 squirts of that dressing. And just those little things like that, instead of driving around the parking lot 4 times and wasting my gas looking for the closest place to park, I'm going to park kind of in the back of the parking lot and walk an extra 100 yards total. All of those little bitty things have little micro results, and those micro results turn into maximum results over time. Just let it happen. Don't try to hurry and rush anything. Take it one step at a time. Be patient. Learn patience. That's the number one thing I would tell myself now if I could go back 30 years is, dude, you're just so super impatient. And you just have no idea how much time you'll waste failing versus the success that you might experience if you just had patience and didn't lose heart. Don't lose heart. Peace to all who watch. Subscribe to the channel if you like. I probably will come out with some more. I still have a whole lot more advice that I could share. Again, it's my advice, but hopefully you'll find something, some little nugget in there somewhere that will mean something to you. Thanks for watching.